Representative John Fleming is a Republican of Louisiana, and he took to the stage at the Values Voters Summit and argued that weed causes every problem ever.
Thus far, the Colorado experiment has not brought in an avalanche of revenue, and the black market remains as robust as ever. Any meager increase in tax revenues will be offset in higher social costs. Already an increase in homeless people are moving to Colorado has been reported. As social problems and crimes increase, so will the burden on the Treasury to provide for broken families, broken lives, and broken bodies. And what is the impact on society? It has been well documented that many of our social ills derive directly or indirectly from drug addiction. Spouse abuse, child abuse, motor vehicle accidents, suicides, mental illness, and failed marriages can often be linked to drug addiction. And too often there's a link back to our good friend, marijuana.
It's like they did this event in the year 1926. They really live in their own bubble, and it's a thick bubble. The dude just said marijuana causes abuse, domestic violence, mental illness. It causes your wife to fuck the gardener. It causes cancer. It causes every problem ever. Marijuana's the worst thing. I can't take it. Every single study that's come out on marijuana verifies the idea that it's less bad than alcohol. If you're really concerned about violence, if you're really concerned about a substance that makes people act out, that would be alcohol, okay? And other uppers do that too, like cocaine, for example. But when it comes to marijuana, the old joke and stereotype is totally true. Oftentimes, it causes you to relax. Maybe eat some cookie dough ice cream and some Cheetos and watch reruns of The Brady Bunch. And somehow The Brady Bunch is really fucking interesting when you're high, whereas if you're not, you're like, what the fuck? The Brady Bunch? What is this? What a strange world they lived in. So, they don't give a shit about the facts. I mean, that's what you have to take away from this. And just lie after lie after lie. It's not just like the dude's an idiot, which he is, and he doesn't understand the effects of marijuana. These guys think all drugs are the same. You could just say, drugs, and it incorporates everything. Like, oh, that includes all uppers, all downers, all psychoactive substances, all hallucinogens. Drugs are wildly different. Some drugs make you feel the exact opposite of one another. They couldn't be more opposite, but they just try to throw everything together. Marijuana is the same as fucking heroin and crystal meth and bath salts and you name it. Nonsense. It's one of the most mild drugs. They studied this in Britain, and I think it was 2005. They found that marijuana doesn't even make the top 10 of the worst drugs. It's like number 16 or something like that. Alcohol is in the top 10. Tobacco is in the top 10. So the legal ones are the real problem. And I'm not trying to ban those either. I believe in freedom. But this guy trying to speak out against weed, the arguments he uses are just laughable. He says the revenue isn't good. Look away, guys. The revenue in Colorado sucks from the taxes that they're getting from weed. Every article on this situation says the opposite. They go, other states are now looking at Colorado jealous. And they go, oh, God, we wish we could get some more tax revenue. We got to close our deficit somehow. When you create a booming industry overnight, that's obviously going to affect taxes in a positive way. He says, oh, homeless people are going to Colorado. Now, what does he not tell you? See, this is awesome because Right Wing Watch, and credit to them for laying this out. He is actually citing some research there. He goes, homeless people are all going to Colorado, and, you know, that's the problem. The homeless population is increasing. They're going there for the jobs that are in abundance because they legalized weed. The dude is actually spinning the idea of job creation as if it's bad. And how much you want to bet this jackass would come out when speaking about Obama and say, they're not creating enough jobs under Obama. They got to create jobs, create them. And then they create them in Colorado. And he's like, God damn it, the homeless people, something weed bad. Am I clear?